France's highest administrative court rules that the ban on burkinis is illegal. In France, you cannot ban them. Joining us now is a Muslim conservative who wants the burkini banned. Come in, Shireen Qudosi. Shireen, welcome to the program. It's good to see you with us.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you for having me.
You're an American Muslim. You're described as a conservative. Would you ban the burkini in America? And if so, why?
Absolutely. The burkini has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with Islam. So France's ruling that the ban should be reversed is actually based on a false premise, and that premise is that it is a religious discrimination. But the burkini, which piggybacks off the idea of a burqa, has nothing to do with faith. There is nothing in the Quran that says that we should have our hair covered to such extremes, or that we need a strict uniform to wear in order to adhere to our faith.
But
so yeah, absolutely.
As a matter of individual freedom, shouldn't we be allowed to wear the clothing which we wish to wear at the beach? Shouldn't we?
Of course. Of course, women should be able to wear whatever they want, but the idea that this is part of Islamic law or Islamic faith is a complete false premise. There is nothing in the Quran that says that we should be covered to this extreme. So the idea that this is based on religion is a completely false premise.
Well, you're not going to be very popular with some conservative Muslims, either here or overseas. I'm sure you're getting some feedback on this. And I believe you were banned from Facebook for 5 days because you'd exposed the harassment of a prominent Muslim leader. Explain what's going on, please.
Yeah, so of course there's always pushback, but I find that, the people who push back the most are the so-called moderates in America, the glorified progressives. They're what I call the faux progressives, in that they appear Americanized, they dress Americanized, but their mindset is still back in sort of the 10th century. And a very prominent figure decided to attack me for my views on reform and got me banned from Facebook, and I had to fight and rally around my right to be heard. So this is in America, and I find that in America there's more of a contentious battle in terms of, do we have a right to be critical thinkers in Islam? And we absolutely do, whereas I get hundreds of messages from around the world, in the Middle East and in South Asia, and those people want voices for freedom. That's why Trump's radical Islam speech was so prominent, because it highlights minority voices.
You see, we don't hear from you. Zuhdi Jasser is a frequent guest on this program who he's the voice of moderation. He's a vigorous opponent of political Islam. I take it you are too. And frankly, I think most people in America are urging that your voice be heard more, because we want to hear more of it.
That's the plan, and I think with President Trump we can have that. We can finally get a seat at the table. With Obama and Hillary, it's been impossible for reformers to get a seat at the table. We've had absolutely no coverage, no support whatsoever. So if we want to hear more voices from Muslim reformers, we need a President Trump.
Shireen, thank you very much for joining us. That's a very interesting point. We've not heard it before. You want a seat at the table, and you think Donald Trump will give it to you. Shireen Qudosi, thank you very much, ma'am. Appreciate it. Thank you.